got 3 possible targets. We've got Algiers here, and of course it has a shipyard, which the Barbary states seem to have in abundance. Not much else here. We've got a farm here, but as you can see, it's quite barren. We've got a minefield here, an iron minefield. Now that will be crucial income-wise if we can get our hands on that. Then, of course, we've got Tunis here that has got a shipyard. It's got another minefield, iron minefield. Possible Kasserine here. We've got, okay, Zaghouan. We've got possible this Tatooine. So okay, we've got quite a number of possibles if we go for this direction here. Yeah, but you can see, not the best head of state, not the best king at all. Ramon the First is not good. -10 diplomatic relations, -1 prestige per turn. He is effectively an absolute disaster. He really is. Have they finished building? They haven't finished indeed. Oh, and they've got mortars, but we demand surrender. Yes, without even a shot being fired, sir. Let's see what happens here. Oh, well done, Britain. Don't do it, Britain. Don't do it, Britain. Don't do it, Britain. Don't come for us and try and take this off us, this island. Please don't do that. I bet you any money the British are coming for us. I bet you any money they're coming for us, or they're going to go for the Barbary States. Greetings and welcome to episode 2 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Knights of St. John campaign. And this, my friends, we left it last time, where we had a terrific time last time, my friends. We really did. We managed to capture Tunis. And before we start this campaign proper, I'd like to thank you for your absolutely incredible support, my friends, for the first episode. It was absolutely incredible. It really was. The number of comments, the type of comments we got, absolutely fantastic to see. Your advice has been absolutely incredible. It really has. Exemplary advice as always, my friends, and it's going to help really shape this campaign a huge amount. So I'd like to thank everybody for your advice on the economics, on the armies, on the composition of armies, what to watch out for, what to look out for, where, you know, which regions we should look out for, being able to ready to pounce should any of the other nations start to sort of collapse. So I'd like to thank all of you for your wonderful advice. You will see your advice being implemented in this campaign, my friends. Maybe not straight away, but in this in this episode as well, you will see your advice taking shape. You really will. You're going to help shape and mold this campaign to where it is. And it's been absolutely fantastic. All of your support, and I'd like to thank every single one of you. It's been absolutely phenomenal. It really has. And also, a number of people have asked for renaming of units and also to become governors. What I'm going to do is we're going to sort of establish a sort of a decent sort of base of operations before we start naming units. As you can probably imagine, things are a little bit sort of not really that secure at the moment. I don't want to start naming units and then sort of finding they're killed off and all that. So what we're going to do, I've made a note of all of your sort of suggestions and all of your sort of requests, should I say, about, you know, renaming units. Generals and also governors. Some of you asked to be governors of certain regions as well. So I can promise you all of that will be done in the future. We'll do it straight away. We'll get ourselves well established first, really get those sort of governorships up, those generals, those armies up. We'll get plenty of units as well in the armies, and then we'll start renaming them then. I promise you, my friends, I will not let you down on that. I can promise you that. Now, we took Tunis, as I was saying earlier on. But also, many of you said, Mala, you need to get your economy back into some kind of grip here. And, you know, really pushing up the tax levels here is not going to help. Lower class will help these sort of villages grow. The nobility will keep the wealth of the sort of towns and cities. If you lower the tax levels, it'll help increase wealth to the cities and the towns and the villages, indeed, and to the entire regions. That's what we're going to do. Take your advice. We're going to take a hit here on our income. But if we lower it enough, There it is, look at that. Wonderful advice again, my friends. And we're back in growth. We've got 7 here. Total growth this turn will be 7. And as you can see here, we slowly start bringing Tunis under control here. We're starting to see that resistance to foreign occupation dissipate now into the ether, as it were. We've only got that 2, maybe 3 blocks, as it were, resistance to foreign occupation. We'll bring this under control, Tunis. We're going to get the wealth going in this region, but also here as well in Malta. And as you can see, we're bringing into growth. Also growth here. Only a slight growth here. Very, very slim growth here. But it's growth nonetheless. But on Tunis, the growth is much more substantial here. 0.21%. Doesn't seem a lot, but actually, in the grand scheme of things, it is. And look at our income here. 313. Excellent. The tax rate here is 34.6%. So we're not looking too bad now at all. And again, that is based upon your advice, my friends, and it really is fantastic. Of course, we've got here the Governor's Palace, which will give us an additional 12% bonus to regional tax. Now, you're probably thinking, Mallow, why are you worrying about the economy so much? You should be absolutely blitzkrieging everything inside. This is a campaign, my friends, where we are starting off at the very, very bottom of the rung here. So we have to take things very, very slow. If we take a region, we have to establish ourselves, get a firm grip on the region. And the reason for that is this. Look out here, just entered the Mediterranean here from the Eastern Atlantic. This British force here now, I can absolutely guarantee with about 90% sort of guarantee you that these are aiming straight for Malta. I can guarantee the British, for some reason, they've got it in their head that they just want to be able to take Malta from us. Now, also taken some wonderful advice, specifically from Adam as well, who said that if we keep this fleet here within Malta, because of the sheer size, the scale of Malta, because it's so small, they can't actually land troops on the beaches. They have to come through a port. So if we keep this navy, even though this navy is significantly weaker than the British Navy, they cannot move into this port. They basically just can't. We can sort of decline the attack. If they try to attack us, we can just decline it. They've got to move away. Now that there will aid us no end, because it'll free us up, because they just want Malta. That's all the British want. They don't care about Tunis. They don't care. All they want is Malta. If they take Malta, they'll know they're able to crack us. But as long as we keep this fleet here, and also we've got this one ship here, the Dolphin here, which we're going to keep in Savaquis here, and so the Tunis shipyard. We're going to keep that ship here so we can still maneuver about, but ideally what we want is to take Tripoli and Algiers for ourselves, establish this sort of North African haven for ourselves here, and start to build up some kind of empire here. Remember, we don't have any technology at all, but here's something I was thinking of. Oh, and also, many of you are saying, man, I need to get into the trade nodes here. What we might do is try and get some ships up, send them into sort of the subcontinent, and move them into the East Indies theatre as far away as we can from potential conflict with Britain. Because if Britain declares war on us, which I pretty much can guarantee they're going to do, why would they send troops down into the sort of Mediterranean if they weren't aiming for us? So if they do, we're going to try and slip some ships out and move into the East Indies here and try and get ourselves into those trade nodes in the East Indies. Have a quick look at the trade nodes here, see if they might have already got some established, but even if there isn't, we can try and find ourselves a trade node here and try and just keep ourselves below the radar, as it were. We're not going to be involved, but also consider this. The Netherlands here, the United Provinces, are at war with Spain and indeed France. So as you can see here, they're at war here. They're at war with two very powerful factions here, two very powerful nations indeed. We have to be able to be prepared to jump upon that opportunity if it arises. If the Netherlands falls, Ceylon will turn rebel. Now if that turns rebel, we must be prepared to disengage from wherever we are and absolutely, with all haste move into Ceylon, because it'll give us not only a decent amount of income, but it'll give us the ability possibly to take this from us, Weaver's Cottage, to a school. We need research. We don't have any facilities to do any research here at all. We simply do not have that. We haven't got a building, anything at all. Until we get our own sort of research facility, we are going to be pretty low down the pecking order in terms of the weaponries of war, and indeed the economic aspect is going to hurt as well. As you can see, they're upgrading like absolute fiends here, the Dutch. That's good, because if they do fall, if they do collapse, then these buildings will be already upgraded for us. But again, we have to keep our eye specifically on what happens. We are going to have to sort of adapt to what happens in the wider world. All of the massive big nations here, the huge nations here, Austria, Ottomans, Poland, France, Spain, we are not going to get involved in any of their wars unless they come to us, in which case there's nothing we can do about that. But what we are going to do is try and find the opportunity to pounce if they start to crumble, particularly the Ottoman. And many of you said, Mala, try and get at that sort of, that is where the United St. John belongs, in the Middle East, Jerusalem, Damascus, Egypt. So if we do see in the future the Ottomans starting to collapse, we will make the most of that. We will pounce on that opportunity. But remember, this is going to be a long campaign. This is not going to be something where we just build huge amounts of fleets and armies and just bulldoze everything. It's not going to happen in this campaign. It simply is not going to happen. We do not have the production or the economic base from which to do that. Not yet, anyway. Doesn't mean we are going to, but eventually we will. But we will need to be patient. Patience will get us everywhere, and steady building of our economy, steady building of our army. Now, I did want to take Algiers. If we could take Algiers, that will give us a good stretch here of land and indeed economy here, because we've got a minefield here, an iron minefield, and also another farm. Again, that will boost our income. We've also got a shipyard here, but we don't really need all these shipyards. I did have to convert that into a trade port. But we are going to probably look to get, what can we recruit here? There it is, sloops. We'll try and probably get maybe 4 sloops, send them to India, but we can't get past this British contingent here just yet. But eventually we will probably have to travel through maybe the Ivory Coast. And we'll go through the Ivory Coast and try and head for the subcontinent once we've got ourselves established. But we must do things bit by bit. Now we've got a decent bank, we've got 757 coming in here from our income next turn. But because we've turned things around in terms of growth, both economic and also population wise, we might see quite a jump eventually. It's going to take a time, but we can't, like Britain and France. Oh, that does not look good. Luckily we've got Austria on our side. If we get an alliance, maybe with one of these. Many of you say, Malik, get an alliance with Spain or Austria if possible. Let's try Spain because they are friendly with us, but whether we're strong enough for them to take any notice of us, we're not sure. No, I didn't think so. Maybe we just got to bide our time here. But we are repairing this barracks. We're also upgrading the governor's palace, which is going to take a few turns. Now we're not going, and also many of you saying, Malik, upgrade the roads, get the roads up to the best they can be, even though you can't upgrade any further because you don't have the technology. We will be doing that, but we're going to take our time with this. So we're going to do one thing at a time. We're going to repair this, build the governor's palace, and only after the governor's palace has been built, then we will build the road. Everything has to be accounted for. Every single gold coin has to be accounted for. We cannot afford to go bankrupt due to us trying to spend everything and trying to rush everything. And eventually we will also get here. We'll get a royal palace here of 4,500. And that'll take 6 turns, and that will really open up a significant amount of options for us, particularly these here once we've obviously got the different technologies to be able to open them up. But still, I'll give us line infantry and also regiment of horse, and I believe an additional recruitment slot if I'm not mistaken. 2 additional, I beg your pardon, sir. Now let's end the turn. I think there's else we can do here. Let's end the turn. Let's see what happens here. There they come. Here they come. I absolutely knew. I just knew it. I warned you, my friends. I warned you, and you warned me. You said, Mala, if they come for you, try and do your best to hold them off. Now, we might be lucky here in terms of what happens in terms of them not being able to get onto the island. If they can't get onto Malta, they might just sit back and wait. In which case, that will give us breathing space to be able to do what we need to do here. But we're going to have to be disciplined here. We're going to have to be patient. Oh, well done, Ottomans. Now, the Ottomans are friendly with us, so we want that to sort of stay as it is at the moment. So if they can sort of, disrupt any possibility of any other nation coming to hit them, or maybe even to harass us, Who knows where that might lead in the future. That might lead to good opportunities for us, and indeed for them, until we, of course, need to do something against it. Oh, look at Istanbul there. Wide open there. Oh, there's the Barbary States, you absolute fiends. Oh, marvellous. Now they've moved in to Spain. Right, okay. Looks like we've got an agent. We've got 2 additional there. Okay, we know that now. So, of course, that's gone up here. Let's have a look. 619. That's dropped a little bit there. But what we can't expect anything any different here. Almost under control. That's gone up to 7 here. 315 income coming in here. And 752 income there. That's quite substantial there. Growth is small, but still. Now the British are just going to be sat here. Of course, they can't land here. Now we've got that. I wonder if we just try and squeeze out a sloop here. We'll just do that, just to get that sloop out. We're going to try and go for those trade nodes, as you suggested. Now that should bring in a substantial amount of income for us, those trade nodes, if we can get into the trade nodes. Now, Algiers really would be an absolute boon for us, it really would. We need to get this resistance off our occupation. What happens if we move out of here? Oh, -3 it goes into. That's not good. We need to bring that down before we move into Algiers. Nothing happening here at all. We know that France is at war with the Netherlands here, the United Provinces. Britain, of course, looking strong here. What about out here? Nothing here from Britain at all. France, of course, looking strong here on the northern continent of America, North America. Of course, Spain. We've got a trade deal with New Spain as well. We've got the Pirate Islands. They might, but of course, if something happens to France, or indeed down here with the Dutch down here as well, look at all we could get here. Even these minefields, these minefields here would be absolutely wonderful for us. But it looks like the Dutch are attacking the French here, so really the war has really hit the Caribbean pretty hard there. And again, we can't do anything yet. We're just going to let these run their course and do things absolutely step by step. So you're not going to see a lot of action in terms of fighting yet. We're just trying to get that foothold we need here, and also send out these fleets if possible. Let's end the turn. Let's see what happens here, my friends. Ah, there it is. And look at that. Terrifying, their wealth is spectacular. They do have a lot of enemies, and we just added to that list. They've got allies. They've got a lot of trade partners as well, but we knew that was coming. That's fine. Okay, we just got ahead. So they're not doing anything at all. They're just moving to one side. They obviously know they can't land here at all. What about Spain? I wish that Spain would aid us. I really do. I wish Britain and Spain and France and Britain would go to war with each other, because that would just allow us to really have a very powerful ally within the Mediterranean with Spain. Which is what we need. But of course, we just have to bide our time here. Wait. Patience is a virtue, my friends. It really is. If we wait our time, our chance will come. Remember, luck favours the prepared mind. Oh, well done, New Spain. Well done, sir. Oh, well done, Savoy. That will allow us to slip out of there now. Portugal. What? Did Lisbon just come under siege then? Or were they building something additional? The Barbary States. Those pirates are a menace. Yeah, we know, we see him. He's obviously heading straight for here. Now that's excellent. That's our first ship. 594. That's because our naval upkeep has gone up as well. you can see here. So eventually, once this comes in, we'll have +3 repression in the region. That will bring things firmly under control. 2 more turns, and we'll get the infrastructure going here as well. Now, nothing from Britain. They obviously can't land here just yet. Let's just get another fleet out, because eventually it will pay for itself. I know we're just, you know, making the money and spending it, but it will pay for itself eventually. We'll probably send 2 ships out to the trade nodes just to make sure, and just to scout out and see what's available. Then we can add to the trade nodes as we go along, if we get any trade nodes, of course. So, again, let's end the turn here. Just a quick turnaround on the trade, on the turns. I think from Britain they can't take Malta. United Provinces had a little bit of a fight, I believe, there with Spain. Ottomans. Now I know we say we want the Ottoman Empire to sort of collapse so we can take, but we don't want it to collapse yet. They are our major trading partner. So we really do need them to sort of stay relatively healthy for the time being. Russia. Again, probably involved in a fight with Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. Morocco. I think looking probably to harass the Ottomans. And as many of you said, take Morocco if possible, but beware, because Spain does have its eyes on Morocco, but Morocco would be a real treat for us. It really would if we took Morocco. But that would take a sizable army to wrestle from them. As long as Venice leaves our trade node with the Ottomans alone, that's no problem at all. Doesn't look, he's trying to enter this village here, but he's being stopped. Ah, +1 happiness, nobility. Excellent, sir. Still not coming down that there. We do need to take Algiers eventually, but again, right, we've got that now. 8730, 574. Now what we are going to do is we're going to make the most of this gap we've got here and try. Ooh. My word. We're not going to make it. We could try and sneak in here. Let's just send 1 ship. Let's see if we can avoid any British. Damn you, sir. Damn it. Look at that. We've got them there in that port blocking our escape. That's fine. So we've got to take Algiers and move them out of there. But again, once again, we've got to wait for that repression from the Governor's Palace to kick in before we can do anything else. That really will be absolutely key to what we want to do here. Absolutely key. And once we've got that, then we really can start to begin then to sort of clear all of the Barbary states out of here. I know that the Ottomans are this sort of, but they don't seem particularly perturbed that we are fighting the Barbary states. Spain is not really growing that well here, is it at all? Their growth is actually it's not bad there, but Sardinia is pretty horrific in terms of growth. 854 -3 here. And they actually get a Governor's Palace there, so right, let's end the turn here and let's get our own Governor's Palace in position. That way we should be able to move out with our army, because then it will bring the populace under control. Nothing funny from you, Britain, at all. And I think what we will probably start then is start to recruit our second army. Well done, Spain. Well done, sir. Recruit our second army to go and take the other Barbary region we can possibly move down to here, then we'll be directly in contact with the Ottoman Empire then. We've then sort of, you know, carved out our own enclave here. You take your time, Ottoman Empire. You do what you need to do. Looks like Austria is fighting quite a brutal war here with Poland, if I'm not mistaken. I am surprised that the Venetians are able to establish Gibraltar as their own from Spain. That does surprise me. Spain, Morocco. Denmark. They are absolutely hammering Venice here. They're hammering the Ottoman trade lines. We've got to get rid of the Barbary states. We have to get rid of them. Oh yes, wonderful. Oh, look at that. It's been brought under full control here. Now what if we were to move out? Ooh. Right, this army is now going to immediately start moving towards Algiers here. Actually, what we will do, we won't attack it straight away, we'll just see what's there first. Whew. Okay, 9304. Oh, damn, that's dropped like an absolute stone there, look at that. Okay, what we need to do now is continue our infrastructure building. Bring that's going to drop down there. 300 for the income here. And then eventually we can build the Royal Palace, but not just yet. We have to take Algiers, to be honest with you. We don't even have fire by rank, which is going to absolutely hurt us a lot. Like, fire by rank is all the way down here. We don't even have that yet. We've just got to be able to, you know, grab somewhere where we can, possibly Morocco. Oh, look what they got coming in there. That is exemplary. It really is. And they got that from mining. 1460. What we could do with that would be absolutely incredible. It really would. What's their army like? Oh, that is a brutal army there. But we could probably build an army to match that. $350, that's actually gone up. That's excellent to see. Our growth there has increased. Our tax income has gone up. Let's see what we can do now. We've got out of that. Any chance of alliance now with Spain? No. Okay, that's fair enough. Right, let's end the turn. Let's see if we can push on to Algiers. Well done, Britain. A mutual enemy, but one which is good to see. I wish Spain and Britain would go to war with each other. For our benefit more than anything. We're going to try and take Algiers. Let's see what's available in Algiers. If we can take that, that would increase our tax income. We can start to maybe expand. We'll also see if we can move out to that trade node. Let's see if that Barbary ship has moved out from that port. The Ottomans, of course, taking their time. New Spain. No, don't do it, Morocco. Why are you doing that? It's going to hit our income so much. Damn it. That's going to hit our income something chronic. It really is going to hit our... We might even be bankrupt because of that raiding on that trade line. Damn it. No, we're not. Probably by the skin. Oh, actually, we've gone up there. Excellent to see, sir. So it looks like the growth is happening here. Wonderful to see. Yes, indeed, it's going up. And that's being brought under control. Even better, sir. What about down here? What was it? Ah, Tripoli. So Tripoli is what we're going after here. Let's have a quick look at what's happening here. Ah, wonderful to see. What they got? Oh, not much here. We're going to demand surrender. So we refuse, and then we shall siege, sir. And you come out to us and attack us. We shall wait for you in good time. Ideally, we'd like to take Morocco. If we can take Tangier, what an absolute coup de grace that would be if we could take that, and also take Tripoli as well. Infrastructure 2 more turns until that is ready there. Actually, that's gone up. Tax income has actually gone up. We are absolutely by the skin of our teeth here above. Our income is just above here. We need to can we move out for that trade node now? Let's quickly check here. Oh, damn it, they're still there. Whilst that's still there, we can't do anything at all. Trats, damn those Barbary states. We've got to rid ourselves of the Barbary states. We just got to. Once we've taken Algiers, we might have to then bring Algiers under control, which would probably mean upgrading this to a full palace, royal palace, and then from there we'll have to bring that under control, then move the army down to Tripoli, take Tripoli as well. That will then remove the Barbary states in its entirety. This will then be open for us, and whether any trade nodes will still be available to us, I don't know, but that's what we're going to have to do, and then we're going to have to sit for a long time then, just in hope that we can build up enough resources, enough economy to really strike. But ideally we'd like to try and take Morocco, because that would give us the boost we need to really push on here, and indeed to bring this craft workshop here, destroy it, although that hurts as much as it would to destroy the craft workshop, and bring this as a school. Build a school here to get our research going. Otherwise we're going to fall so far behind. But we're bringing this under siege now, so we've got a decent amount of potential here. Britain's going to just sit here by looks of it, and that's absolutely fine. If this army tries to land, we would probably lose Malta, but we just got to try and make the most of what we've got here. How is trade? It's increasing a bonus of 67 and a bonus of 76. So the longer we've got trade with them, the better it will be for us. Ottomans are actually friendly with us now. Can't get an alliance because they're obviously allied with... we are allied with... Can I ally with an ally of your enemies? Ah, of course, Barbary states. What about Spain? They're still friendly with us. Can we get an alliance with Spain? Nope. Not at all. Fine. Not a problem. Right, let's end the turn. Let's see if maybe the Barbary states will come out to meet us here on the battlefield. Oh no, they're blocking trade. I don't believe it. Absolutely unbelievable. They're blocking trade, which means we are going to be in big trouble. Why, Britain? Why are you doing this to us? Wow. If that's the case, we'll cancel the trade with the New Spain and we'll try and get somebody else. That's all we can do. Maybe get trade with Spain. Wow. Holy smokes, that is crazy. I'll try and get Patras here from the Venetians. Be fantastic if he did that. It really would, but it would unleash hell upon us because they are allied, I believe, with the Austrians, and I think with the Mughal Empire, and that would not be good for us at all. This is going to be a tough fight. This is, come on now, New Spain, push those British forces out from that port. I think we're going to be bankrupt. There's a good chance we'd be bankrupt, which means we're going to lose a large portion of this bank we've built up. Oh, well done, New Spain. Well done, sir. Whew. There is Morocco hitting them as well. A lot of our sort of trade allies are under a lot of pressure. Oh, what? Oh, 552 has actually gone up, but 776. That's actually gone down there. But ooh, we've got a gentleman here. Excellent. Why has that gone down to 776? Come on, gentlemen, now keep the pressure on them here. Oh, look at that. They're going to Pasha's Palace here, but we've got to attack. We just can't wait. We can't wait 4 turns. Got to try and bring this region under our weight, you absolute fiends. Let's repair that. Oh, that's why, because that's been hit. The Ottoman Empire has been cut off. Okay, fair enough. Come on! Oh, look at that! They've taken that from Austria. Wow. Oh my God! And Ben, look at Prussia. It's absolutely expanding here hugely. Oh, the eyes of Britain, of course. That's a strong alliance there. As long as Britain stays there, it will be okay. 4 more turns here. I bet you that ship is still there. Probably still is, I expect. Drats. We do need to try and take... We do need to try and take... Tripoli there. 552. It's actually gone up, that has. Probably because our trade income's gone up. But until we take Algiers, push these fiends away. Okay, let's end the turn. Ottomans, come on now, Ottomans, get your act together here, sir. Come on, Ottomans. Mind you, the stronger the Ottomans get, the better our air trade will be with them. Morocco. We've got to try and deal with Morocco as well, because indirectly they're affecting us. Wait a minute, sir. Wait just a minute. That's better. Yes, look at that. 744. Oh, +1 management from naval administration. Excellent. So what that gives him here. Ah, look at that. Brilliant. So that drives down the upkeep here. We still can't. But if they're sending, if Morocco is sending a force out here to try and take this. Cannon Foundry, that's what we're after there. Pasha's Palace. We're not having Morocco coming in here and try and steal this from us. Not a chance. You just stay there and besiege them, bring them down. We need to kill as many of them as possible. 695 here now. -10, look at that. The region, well, that is pretty poor. Excuse any noise in the background, my friends. You probably know who that is. Actually, I wonder if we can get this gentleman across and start spying for us. That really would be excellent, I think, to do.
La nazione si aspetta che ognuno di voi faccia il proprio dovere. Tirare di bordo. Ordini?
Oh, for goodness sake. Look at that, wonderful to see. He's got nothing here at all. Just, oh, they're barely holding on here. Oh, the Dutch are in trouble. The Dutch are in trouble. Wow. The Dutch are in trouble. Oh, that's why Denmark is besieging this here. Damn them. We're getting hit here pretty hard. Nothing coming out of here at all. Look at that. Not a bean. That's fine. Almost that there. 744. Starting to get a grip on things now, my friends, and that's because of your advice. Oh, 8. It's gone up to 8 now. Okay. It's gone up to 7 still. Has the growth gone up at all? Yes. 2.7 now. 56 turns. That means we have to aim for taking Morocco as soon as possible. And by soon, I mean taking it. We have full stack. Well, we'd have to use at least a full army to take Morocco. That's going to be a brutal, brutal fight. Absolutely brutal fight. A lot of melee troops here. These camel gunners and the camel cavalry here. Not good for us, but that's a ways off yet. We can keep an eye on Tripoli. Eventually take that as well. They got no growth here at all. Not a single bean of growth. War weariness. They might even collapse into a rebellion, which would be fantastic for us. Let's end the turn, my friends. Let's end the turn. I think from Britain again, Austria. Their provinces. Where is Spain going exactly? Oh, why Spain? Ah, that's why that port has been cut off. They're taking a real beating of the Ottomans in terms of their trade being hit. Marathons. Spain, nothing here. Morocco, oh, Morocco have left there, excellent. Denmark, and they've moved out as well, off raiding that line there. But Venice has come back. Okay, oh dear. Well, let's get that repaired. No point in sitting here crying over it. That's gone up 836. Come on, you come out to meet us here. Oh, 2 more turns. They should be weakened significantly, which means once they fall to us here, we've got to keep a close eye on this as well here. The Ottoman Empire does give a lot to the Barbary states here. Oh no, it's coming in now. No, it's not. Come on now, Ottomans, get yourself together, get your act together here. Nothing's happened here, looks like it's stopped the fighting here. Looks like the Dutch have got control of it there. Okay, let's end the turn again, my friends. Let's try and get Algiers if we can. Don't do it, Britain. Come on now, France, do something here, sir. Spain is on the move. Prussia, Poland. Oh, they've just taken a massive chunk out of the Prussians there. Ottoman Empire. Come on, Ottomans. Get your act together. We could see the Barbary states trying to push us out here from Algiers, and that's exactly what we want. Morocco. We've got to try and deal with Morocco as well at some point. We just have to. Where exactly you go, Morocco? Oh my god, don't do it, don't do it. We take this fight, my friends. That's a large army they got there, but they have taken a beating here. We're going to take this fight, and then we're going to have to recruit some troops in Tunis. Yeah, let's take this fight. We're going to have to recruit some troops in Tunis, or even send some troops back to Tunis. We are thinly spread here, my friends, but we shall not yield. This should be an interesting fight. What will the terrain be? We've just got to hold our ground here. We don't have fire by rank, which I wish we did. Fire by rank would just be fantastic to have now. The difference that makes is unbelievable. Oh, we are on a slope here. What a fantastic sight. I'm assuming they're going to be coming from this town here. But look at that slope right there. It's beautiful. Oh, we're cutting the road as well. But look at that. The first time we see them. Oh, what a wonderful sight here. Look at that. African native troops. Knights of St. John in action for the first time. Now, let's set our stall out here well here. We've got, now we've also got cavalry as well, which we are definitely going to use. Let's pull the African natives. Now, we're going to probably hold a high line here. We'll have the... where's the 1st Regiment? 1st Regiment right in the vanguard here. We are going to cover our flanks for definite. 3rd Regiment. We'll have the 2nd Regiment on the left here. Cutting the road, look at that. We've got to hold this line here. Third on the right. Fourth on the left. Fifth on the right. We can always adapt and adjust. Gentlemen, please. And we've got the native... we'll put the 6th Regiment here just to cover our flank in case of those camels. And the camels will come in pretty hard for them. And actually what we will do is we'll put the anti-horse spikes up. And again here we can always adjust our lines as we see fit. We'll probably put the cavalry here. Right, we've got the general in the middle. We'll actually put the cavalry in the middle here as well. And we can adapt as we see fit here. So pretty strong defensive line here. Oh, look at that. What a wonderful sight here. Right, let's begin this fight. Our first battle. There they are, all the way down there. So they're stretched out along that part. Oh, if we had some guns here now, we'd be absolutely tearing them to pieces. There's the camel nomads. Again, we have to be prepared to meet them. And to that end, I think what we will do is we'll send the cavalry out onto the flanks here. Oh, look at that. Wait a minute. Actually, we're going to switch the flanks. We're going to go to the left flank. Look at that. Gentlemen, please. There's the camel nomads. Actually, well, we should have stayed in the original place here. Too late now. We'll wait, we'll wait. They're not for the fight. And to that end we shall move where we originally were going to go. Okay, they want to move away, that's fine. I'm sure there were more command nomads than that. I think we'll move this particular regiment to this flank here. Here they come. This is gonna get brutal. Move, General, move. For the Knights of St. John. We're going to hem them in here, box them in. Got a counter-attack yet, we just got to bide our time here before these get into position. Then we can attack. They must have camel nomads elsewhere, but where though? Let's get into them. Take the fight to them. Oh, we hit them hard there, sir. That's caused disarray there. We've lost them. They're shattered. But they've done their damage. And they're broken, they're shattered. That's fine, they'll come back. But they've done the damage, they've disrupted this entire line here. They threw everything at us there. If we had fired by rank now, we would be absolutely slaughtering them. Come on, lads, for goodness sake. Oh my word, they've broken them there as well. Armed populace. Come on, break them. Lads, hold now. If we had fire by rank, this would be all over. Just gotta break this flank here. Come on now, lads. Just what the doctor ordered there. We've broken them there. Come on. Let's finish this off once and for all here. We've got to throw everything we can into this now. Wow, they just absolutely... They don't want to let that go at all, do they? Wow. Lads, break them. This is a tough fight here. We've lost a tremendous amount here, more than we should have, but we've run them ragged here. They're shattered. We've got to take Algiers here and then absolutely replenish and repair as best we can here. after us like something. Look at that. They just don't want to let this go with the horse at all, do they? Yes. Finish this, gentlemen. Yes. We did it, my friends. That was a brutal fight. Our first fight, but my word, what a fight that was. It could be the absolute benchmark there for all our fights. We've now put the flag in the ground. They got 170. We got 1,150 men left. So statistics here. Oh, look at that. What a wonderful fight. Look at that regiment of horse. Did exemplary there. That really was the backbone of our attack there. Come on now. Yes! We did it! Algiers is ours! Look at that! -3 clamour for reform, that's fair enough. -1 happiness, status quo. Rumours of cowardice? I don't think so, sir. Right, let's bring that under. What will that cost us? Ooh, 3,000, my word. Whew. That is going to cost us a pretty penny right there. But how is the infrastructure going? That's done. Ooh, 1,753. Look at that. That's jumped up significantly there. And 278 coming in here now. But we're going to have to repair that to bring up the full amount of tax from there. And of course the population is not happy at all. But we're going to bring these armies back to full strength bit by bit in a controlled manner. Right, we're going to leave it like that. 1,753, probably because our army upkeep has gone down significantly there, but we do have these camel nomads moving in here, and we simply don't have. We just have to do that, my friends, I'm afraid. Otherwise they're going to besiege us, and we're going to be in a lot of trouble. And in fact, we might just send the cavalry back. Just to make sure we can stop these camel nomads from giving us any problems. But whilst the rest, -7 here, once that is under control, but 1,753, that's much better for us there. So our first territory is conquered, and as soon as we get that back on, we'll have the tax increase there very nicely. We could see ourselves under a little bit of problems here. If we bring that, it's going to be -5. 1,475. I think we'll just exempt them from tax before we get this under control here. I don't usually do that, but needs must. Has anything happened at all here, we can pounce on any of the Dutch, but the Dutch are still very much going strong. They've still got this here as well, the Barbary States Navy, which we're going to have to take care of eventually. But as soon as Tripoli is taken, we won't have to worry about it, and then we can start to move out, expand and explore the outside world. Let's end the turn. Let's see what happens. Let's see if Britain sends any forces to try and take Algiers off us. No, they don't. Spain. Okay. Ottomans. So the Ottomans really are a pretty strong powerhouse here at the moment in this campaign. Although we're still quite early into the campaign. It looks like they are beginning to sort of establish quite strong roots here. Which is good for us. Because it means we get more trade off them. But our ultimate goal really is Morocco. That really is where we want to be, you know, really doing the damage. It's going to take a while for us to establish a strong army to take Morocco, because it probably will require cannon as well. And of course the Spanish aren't going to do anything about Morocco. It's quite clear they're not going to bother with it at all. Use Spain, Savoy. Oh, what a shame, sir. What a shame. They were killed. Yeah, they're bound to be on strike. Of course they're on strike. That's fine. Brought under control, though. Or coming under our control. 3-bottle man. Keepering loon. Oh, -1. 1056 here. We just got to bring Algiers under control here, and we should be okay. To be honest with you, we could probably send the cavalry back here to Algiers just to bring it firmly under our control here. We shall wait for these gentlemen to be fully replenished. Well, that costs us 65. That'll drop us below the 9,000, which it's okay, I guess, to be still meager. What if we... that's mine. Oh, that's 4. No, let's bring them under there. As soon as we get the cavalry back in here, we should be able to take it off that Bejaya. There it is. Eventually, 42 turns, that'll be under. That port there, I think we'll dismantle this shipyard here. Possibly make it into a trading port. No, a fisheries. We'll make this into a fisheries to bring in that extra income here, and also add to the wealth of the sort of the nation, as it were. So a fishery will be put there. We need to really put the squeeze here on this, on Tripoli. We need to take Tripoli as quickly as possible. Remove these fiends from here. Start to build up that army we're going to need to fight, but only once we've got Algiers under control. Oh, look at that town growth. There's 12 here. That is fantastic. 8 here. Still 7 there. But the income has gone up. And here as well. So I'd like to thank all of you, my friends, for your incredible help here in really pushing this through here. It's been absolutely fantastic to see. You know, together we really have done a lot here, considering we're such a small nation. We just got to keep ourselves on our toes here, but ultimately we want Morocco. We really want to try and get Morocco if we possibly can. I think that could change everything for us. But we're going to have to probably have a much better composition. Ideally we need a lot of cavalry, probably some artillery. We might even need more than one army here. But that's what we're going to worry about another time. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode right here, the second episode of this Knights of St. John. We are looking fairly stable at the moment. Now I say that with my breath held, because usually when things like this start to go well for you, something comes along and kicks you where it hurts. So what we're going to have to try to do is try and get an army built here, recruited in Tunis, but also at the same time build this army here in Algiers up to a reasonable a level here. Probably get a governor's palace as well at some point to bring up that additional tax income, and also bring the repression to the region. Really put our foothold on this here, but also probably get a royal observatory, probably for the research rate for future use, and also the happiness here, but also that as well, +8 per town wealth in the region, so that will definitely increase the town wealth significantly there. But ultimately we need to take out Tripoli, and the real prize, the absolute goal we're after here, the real prize in the region here in North Africa, is Morocco. That really is what we're after here, and that will give us quite a substantial land mass and a decent economy, not a fantastic economy, but maybe it'll give us that kickstart we need to start building an army where we can start to expand, or maybe even make use of any opportunities that arise. The promises are unfriendly with their allies. Great Britain, we're at war with Great Britain anyway. Denmark, Cherokees and Württemberg. So only Denmark can really hurt us. But as you can see here, quite clearly the Dutch are under a huge amount of pressure here from France. But there's a long way to go yet, my friends. A long way to go in this campaign, it really is. And it looks like, yeah, they've taken Breslau here, the Polish. It looks like, but then again, Prussia has taken Gdansk, unified East and West Prussia. Sweden have got Denmark, but they've lost St. Petersburg. But mind you, Russia has just pretty much stood still here. It hasn't done anything in terms of expanding. We do need to try and get our fleet out into the trade nodes and see what's available to us. But at the moment, once we've got that ship that's here, we can't actually do anything. So if the Spanish kick this fleet out and destroy it, then we can do something. But we're going to focus very much on what's going on in Algiers, get Algiers under control, get the governor's palace built. I think the infrastructure is okay. Yes, it is indeed. And then build from there. Luckily we've got this decent sized bank here. Phew, that was a fantastic episode in terms of, I know, achieving our goals here. But my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please comment, like and subscribe, and please keep your comments coming down below. They've been absolutely phenomenal. They really, really have. I'd like to thank you for all your wonderful support, not just in this campaign, but all of them, my friends. It means lots. It really does. Hope you're having a great week, whatever you're doing. Please be careful. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.